Bad internet? I'm not able to hear you.
My internet is okay. Not able to hear
Oh,
you.
oh, oh, I can hear you now.
Okay, fine.
Okay, okay.
That's,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Can you see my screen that I'm sharing on Discord?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Everything's good. It's not like Minecraft pixels. We're all good to go.
No. We are good to go.
Great. All right. Let's start off here. So we started E against Cho'gath. Now I understand that E is a pretty common start
Yeah.
on SYLAS, but I feel like against something like Cho'gath, man, you really don't want to be going up melee range at all. And there's not really an all-in opportunity for a big trade against Cho'gath mid.
Uh,
So I
most
think
no, mostly Cho'gath mid will be having that 3 auto passive only. They will be starting with that, and if I'm able to get away with that, then if I hit my E, I will be able to come away with a bigger trade. That's why.
okay. Um. Okay, so you're saying if you do hit your E, you're able to get a big trade, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Q could be pretty good too, because you could Q these 3 minions and then hit him with an auto attack and back off, right?
Yeah. Then it will be like he will get 2 more autos with his E, right? And here I missed the E. That's the problem.
Okay. What's your E damage level 1? 100 compared to... Okay. What's 100 overall? Wait a second. Okay. First of all, when I'm taking a look at this trade, man, and you're going in on the Cho'gath, you gotta remember that you're fighting in a huge wave here. So this trade you're taking is actually insanely risky. So
I thought when
right here,
it to
even
me, so
without
no,
what's
it's
up?
like it had even wave. So and he was walking to me. I had my W, so I can come up the bigger trade. That's what I thought. But Shaco came out of nowhere with his Q.
What I'm saying is, like in that wave, even if it's even on both sides, uh, Cho'gath actually just straight up beats you there, man, with just his E. Just because you get bursted down more easily. And the guy has hell blades too. I don't know if you noticed, but that's insanely good short trade damage. So even before the Shaco came and did damage, you are already losing the trade really hard, and that was after you used everything.
Oh yeah.
So just be patient against Cho'gath and let him shove in. You don't have the ability to pressure him, especially in the middle of a cannon wave, man. You never want to trade inside a cannon wave. That's just never gonna work out with you.
Okay.
Hi Fogged, I got coaching from you before and it was really good. But I haven't played WoW
All right.
recently and I really am sorry if I disappoint
1 second.
you. I am taking League Fresh on a new ID which is around silver. I will message you on Discord. My it is Nexia.
And Nexia, thank you so much for the $100, man. I mean, you know the drill. Email me. Show that proof of payment on the email. Message me on Discord is fine, but you got to make sure you email so we can get you scheduled, all right? So make sure you show that proof of payment, proof that you donate $100 in the email. Thank you so much for the support, man. Looking forward to coaching you. Yo, I mean, that guy, you could just perma. Yeah, you don't even have to think about that. We just put it in sub-only mode. Couldn't we have killed him there?
No, I don't have my passive and everything. I used up the passive, I guess.
Alright, so in between each auto, man, you need to be walking forward. You don't have to use your W here immediately. So right here, you hit your full combo, right?
Oh, yeah.
You ignite here, you walk forward, you auto attack, and when he flashes, you chase him down with your W. Or use your W to execute. You actually used your W a little bit too early, too. I don't think you got the extra damage. He wasn't below 40%.
Yeah.
So, you don't have to use your full combo all at once. You could be more hesitant with your W to make sure they can lunge forward and stick on top of your opponent and get the extended trade to kill him. You see what I mean? Like, he's level 3, level 4, in a straight up all-in, even with just your autos and ignite, and as long as you save your W to stick onto him, you can kill him. So, he has 262 health, you got your ignite, which does 130 true damage, a couple autos on top of, you know, the extra damage from your W,
Yeah, you could have
and
killed him.
you could have killed him.
Into the Bruno who was coming.
Yeah, true.
If I had ignited him there, he would have been a kill.
Yeah. Alright, so taking a look at our vision, we saw Cho'gath went and roamed top, so you went and shoved up mid. We saw Cho'gath exit out here. So if your plan was to exit, to plan to cut off Cho'gath, you should have come up here, man.
I didn't notice that he actually took that part. That was me, but
Yeah, no problem.
I wanted to push the way, but I had no way where Shaco.
Yeah. Also, I think if you go Corrupting Potion, if you go Dark Seal here, it's slightly stronger. Just because you get the extra healing from the Corrupting Potion sets.
Extra mana, actually.
Huh?
Doran's ring will be giving mana.
Was it first item?
Oh, no. Corrupting power potion was my first item.
Well, I'm seeing you chase down this fight, man. So, right here, instead of eating forward and looking to try to hit your E to get over the wall, why don't you just walk up to the wall and then E forward? That way you can just walk up and W them. That way you don't have to hit your E. It makes it a lot easier.
Amumu was so low, I wanted to save him. That's why I hastened it, my E and everything.
I mean, I don't know what to say, man. Like, everything I'm saying, you just have some kind of, like, argument against. I'm telling you what you should have done. You know?
Yeah, it's true that you have done it, but that's what, at the time I was thinking like that I need to save Nunu, so I have to act fast. That's what I was thinking. But what now we are saying is true. I should have actually waited and used my W and then...
You would get there at the same speed, though. If you went over here and eat over the wall, then if you eat and then eat forward first and then eat 2 over the wall.
Yeah.
You know? And plus, it's like, it's more guaranteed that you hit your damage.
It's true.
Yeah, well, I'm here to help you out, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay.
Like my mindset at that time is totally different. Now, if I think about whatever you are saying is completely true. That's what.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell me that you were wrong at the time. I'm literally telling you were. You know, just but if you have a question about what I'm saying, that's when I want you to speak up. All right.
Okay.
So like, you know, when I'm explaining something that's going on, and I say like, hey, like for instance here, like you walk down, and I'm telling you you should eat over the wall instead of eating towards the wall and then trying to eat you over. And if you have a question about like, oh, why is that, or something like that, then I'll be happy to explain. But if you're just like straight up like either like arguing against my point from get go, or saying, you know, in a long-winded explanation about how, oh, at this time I was thinking this and that, I'm just telling you like that's not how it should be. You know,
Wow. I'm sorry.
it's okay. I'm just like, you know, you're probably a little bit nervous too, so it's all right, man. And like when you get nervous, like sometimes you can get a little bit defensive, especially when looking back at your own play. I do that shit all the time. You know, yeah. Even when I'm looking at my own play, I'm trying to be defensive of myself. You know. But nah, man. Like just in general, like if you want to be more consistent with your play. One, you need to absorb as much information as possible, like when you're looking to cut off the Cho'gath. Two, when you have the all-in opportunity against Cho'gath here, just because you have your 3 abilities and you hit all 3 abilities doesn't mean that's the end-all, be-all of your damage. You can extend the trade by walking forward in between each auto. You know, just like Trendemir. And then, like, your W is literally an execute. And gives you more healing when you're lower, so towards the end of a fight, and more damage when they're lower. Or actually, is it? I don't know. It's the same damage overall, right?
No, maximum healing will be more at
Oh, okay,
40%.
okay. Yeah, it's just the healing. They've changed SYLAS so much, I have trouble keeping up with the changes, but... If you know you have to kill on Shaco, make sure that you use the Cho'gath Eats for the last hit. I believe there will be an indicator on the champion when they are in feast range. Yeah, I didn't realize they took out the execute. It's been a minute since I played SYLAS, I'll be honest.
It was like I was very afraid that he might escape.
Wait, why did we cancel our back here?
My team was fighting and I wanted to help them.
I mean, if you're sitting on, you're sitting on 1900 here, man, and you're half HP. You shouldn't be going in on this like random ass invade, especially when the Cho'gath can cut you off, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We see
after I
Cho'gath
died
coming in
for-
from here. Okay, and we're just going into Cho'gath?
That
Dude.
silence.
Yeah, the Hell Blade's fucking you up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even if you got your W off, I'm pretty sure you just lose that. I don't think it's close,
Yeah,
man. Yo,
that's true.
Cho'gath
I thought
is... Yeah,
that
it's very
mod
strong.
will be canceling his back also. It was totally my bad that I went in. I shouldn't have gone in at all. What you're saying is
Yeah.
correct.
You should just gone back and bought, man. Because Cho'gath would have had to push an entire cannon wave in order to punish you and make you lose CS. So you were totally okay just going back. Alright. So in between every single wave, if you're going to shove in like this, you need to be taking a look at sides and see what's available as far as a roam opportunity. Because if you're able to shove in like this against a Cho'gath, that's actually really good for SYLAS since he has so much mobility and such good gank pressure when he rotates over. So be taking a look at what lanes are available. So when I'm taking a look at top lane, I see Fiora is actually, playing pretty far forward. Maybe we can go and pressure her. Something like that. Look, you look for it. Alright, looks like you're committing with the Nunu too. Instead of trying to do it blind, just wait until he actually comes out of his invis.
There was a fog of something. That's what I thought, but I'm totally completely
Yeah,
wrong.
we saw his face facing that way, so we can assume he's walking towards this direction. Here, I'll freeze frame it. So you can actually see that, like, when the red buff takes damage. So it looks like he's going this way, right? But then we see that he's heading that way, because we see the direction at which the after image faces. So that could be a good indicator as far as, where the person is. So we shouldn't have even looked to guess over here. But we didn't have to guess at all. We don't have to E until we physically see the Shaco. As soon as Shaco appears, that's when we should use our E. So like when Shaco appeared here, then we use our E, we W onto him, Q, and then set up our E2 on top of the Q proc. That's the full combo into the R feast, and then he's just done. And that should be the combo we should do onto the Shaco. So don't waste your skill before he even comes up into this building, man. You don't have to hit the the mad life. You don't have to predict. You just wait. That's twice now I've seen you use that Cho'gath ult, not for the execute. Gotta make sure you save that one.
No, I thought Nunu will be able to burst him, but I underestimated the damage.
You used your ultimate before the Nunu, though.
Yeah.
Now the Nunu should have used his ulti earlier and ended it earlier to kill the Fiora. Yes, I agree with you. But you should also be looking to use the Cho'gath ult as an execute. Yeah, at least when possible, which is definitely possible there. Like, look where you angled yourself. So the Fiora is below you, right?
Yeah.
Bogdan fam, haven't been able to watch as much since this bus.
Look at the angle at which you're walking. Instead of you walking, like, up here to where she could potentially escape to, you walk down, and you let her just walk by you. Now, I know she flashed, but, like, we gotta angle ourselves to stay in between her and her escape path, which is really important. Control Shift Escape, thanks for the Prime sub for 16 months, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I need to learn this pathing part with every auto text.
Yeah, so even on like a caster like SYLAS, it's still important to be really efficient with your movement. Man, you actually have some crazy ults to steal this game.
Yeah.
Like, the only one that's probably useless is the Fiora one.
And
Why do we back here? Why do we back here? We're like close to full HP. We got over half our mana.
I didn't have any more of the corrupting part left, maybe because of that. I don't remember actually.
Yeah, but we shouldn't just give up a full wave of minions just because you want to fill up your corrupting pot, you know? Like, we not only do we give up the full minion wave, but we almost give away a plate too.
I had 850 gold. I had the Ludens
I mean,
at the top.
it's not even a Ludens. You know, even if you had a full Ludens in like ready to go to buy, I would tell you like that's not a good back. You can't just give up waves of minions on backs. So to take a good reset, you need to do two things. One, you need to have the wave shoving back towards you, but not shove all the way into your turret before you're able to back and get back to lane.
Okay.
And two, you need to make sure that your opponent isn't going to be able to shove the wave all the way into turret, before you get back. So usually the best way to set up a reset is by shoving the wave all the way into turret. That way Cho'gath has cleared that wave and the next wave in order to deny you minions on your turret. That's the best way to set up a reset. Like, when I'm watching you lane, man, like, from level 1 or level 2, when you went for this early trade in the middle of minions, we're not taking into account, like, minion damage from minions. Because we take short trades, right? We're not all laning and looking to kill Cho'gath on this trade, are we?
Oh no.
There's no way, he's like full HP. It's like when we take this kind of trade, that trade's not going to go in our favor because we're taking it in the middle of this cannon wave. Believe it or not, Cho'gath has a lot of sustain. So you doing this little bit of damage, but you taking all this damage in return, it's only going to hurt you in the end. Then, when you're setting up your resets, or, lack thereof, where were we? Hey, are we just stuck on this vision for the rest of the game? Yeah, so when I see something like, oh, there we go, I fixed it. When I see this, like, we're just not laning properly, man. So, here's a couple of tips for mid lane in general that you should adapt to your gameplay. One, keep track of the number of minions on each wave. Number two, you need to keep track of your jungler and when he's in a position to gank mid. A lot of times, especially against something like as lane dominant as Cho'gath can be, a lot of times you winning mid is just by forcing him to overextend, the way you can set up ganks instead of winning 2v2s with your jungler, rather than just straight up winning against him 1v1. Number three, we need to set up proper resets. So, when we go back to base, we need to get the wave shoved into turret. Or if Cho'gath is outside of lane, alright, he's like not in lane, and if the wave's shoving back towards us and not shoving all the way into turret before we can back and get back into lane, that's a fine reset too.
Okay.
When we're looking to roam, so if we're able to get an early shove, like we've been able to against the Cho'gath for the majority of the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
While you're shoving, take a look at bottom, take a look at top, see which lanes are available for you to roam on. And do you have time to roam over there and make the play happen before you lose too much mid? Because that's important too. If you go for a kill up here, right? and you get the kill on, let's say we get the kill on Fior, but we lose 3 plates mid, and like 2 or 3 waves of worth of minions, that's not worth. Even though we got a kill. So that's something to consider too. So usually a good wave to roam on is when we hard shove a cannon wave into turret, and the Cho'gath has to clear that wave, you know, plus the next one. Be able to get, you know, to counter your push.
I thought the back I took was because no one was coming to hold the wave off, so I didn't pay much attention to it.
Yeah, don't like just because Nuke has the ability to hold your wave for you while you take it back doesn't mean you should take a bad back.
Okay.
Almost got your Ludens. So Cho'gath's roaming. Went and help out the Wait, what happened to your ult?
I used Cho'gath's ult on Cho'gath itself, but Jin took that execute with this shot.
Oh.
Ignite him off, but Jin took the shot.
That's fine. Okay, I didn't even see the ulti. I was going too fast. That was good. Now, see that was a good execute with your ultimate, just because Cho'gath flashed over right after. Rip grievous wounds.
I had nowhere else to go.
Yeah. Let me see if you could have gotten out of the situation. Let's take a look.
And I also didn't see Shaco. I saw the Fiora TV, but I didn't see Shaco.
I think we could have W'd to this minion earlier, right? Yeah, we could have W to try to get out there and kite while the TP came in from Mordekaiser. Maybe could have bought a little bit more time. But either way, it ends up being worth because they lost 2 people for killing you. So that's not too bad. Yeah, a big part of why you have 66 CS is because of how you traded early in lane. And the minions you lost because of that. You just straight up missing CS because you're shoving in pretty hard, but you're not being patient enough to get the last hit. You're just trying to get the wave in a turret. And 3, the way you manage waves when you take resets like you did before. That's why you have 66 CS instead of like at least 100, you know? Take a look at this trade.
Cho'gath's built, so I wanted to went for the trade. I just went for the trade.
That's good trading. Alright, so we look to shove while Cho'gath pushed in. We killed Pike before we could use his ulti. He was really squishy.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Rifter, they were pushing with the Rifter at the top.
Yeah, maybe we could have rotated topside too. Although this looked pretty free.
It was like while I was fighting, the Rift Herald popped up, and that's why I didn't see the check the Rift Herald also. That was also my bad.
You could reset here. You could just press B, go back to base, and help Mordekaiser recover. You don't have to walk back to mid lane first, because Nunu can cover that wave. And you go help stop this Rift Herald.
Yeah, it's my fault. I actually saw the Rift Herald and I came to mid lane. Until then, I didn't see. My fault. Totally my fault.
Yeah, you literally just ran from here all the way to the top instead of just pressing recall and coming from base. Like, we're full health, full mana. Before going back, even if we have an item, we should shove out waves and get pressure. It's really important. So make sure to shove out waves, get pressure, get the wave shoved in, and then bounce back towards you before you go back. You know, you just push viewer out of lane, right? And you're by top side, you should actually shove this top wave all the way into turret. Like, again, this is another reason why your CS is low. You know, like, just because you have enough gold for an item does not mean you should go back right now. You know, you just force people out of top lane, use that time where, you know, you pressure them out of lane, that you could push the lane in and maybe get some pressure on turret before you back. And then you take that reset, buy your items, and then you do it all over again.
Okay.
Alright, so Mordekaiser's pushing out your wave, so you saw an opportunity to just roam onto his Cho'gath. Nice. Wow, the extra health that Cho'gath gave you actually saved you. Up until Shaco kills you. Alright, so let me give you a little tip, man. You have 3 dashes in your kit. 1, your E1. 2, your E2. And 3, your W. Your E1 and your W, you can't miss. Your E2, you can. So, here's how you should do it. Hey, this MF ult that you stole and used, this was good. Right, you got damage on basically their whole team. You zoned out Fiora from the fight. This is awesome. Now what you need to do, E forward onto the MF. Instead of ing sideways, just E forward at her. And then use your W to gap close. Throw out your Q, your chain lash, to slow her down. That way you can land your E, the second part of your E, which can stun long enough for the second part of your Q to deal the bonus damage. That's the full combo. If you do that to this MF, she just insta-dies. You don't have to use flash, you don't gotta use nothing. You know, you're level 11 SYLAS, and that's a level 9 MF with, you know, she's got no MR items. You don't gotta use your flash there, man. I mean, she's dead anyways, but still. You see what I mean? Like, you can E forward, W, hold on to your E until you, like, for sure can hit it. Maybe Q into your E so you can guarantee the extra damage, etc., etc. I'm gonna say it's worth it. You got a triple? Alright, you should reset and help your team clear out this.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, well, actually, when you see his TP, you should rotate down and help Nunu
Simply, I
with the
didn't see
TP.
it. Yeah, that's I didn't see my bad. I saw it later and.
Alright, again, taking a look at this fight. Let's see when you take a look and saw.
I actually went back for Jin, I think.
Right here is when you saw it, right? So, while you're walking, you should be looking at this fight the whole time. Again, you don't have to lead with your E2 first. Use your W. You don't have a ward. Just walk in the bush, use your W. I think you have like 3 seconds or something to use your E2. And when I say E2, I just mean the second part of your E. But, E forward, W first. Your W has a really short cooldown. You should be able to use a second W before the end of the fight. E, W forward, Q into E, into another W, dead. But you gotta be making sure you're landing with these E2s, man. Like, this shit does 450 damage. That's
After
so
the
much.
Silas Reaver, the E2 damage is a lot.
Yeah, the E2 damage is ridiculous. It's so much burst. You gotta make sure you hit it. So make it easier on yourself and do your combo correctly. You know, work on being more patient with your E. Because you have plenty of time to use it. See, like right here, instead of using your E2 here, you could W into your E2 into the ulti. Honestly, like, hitting E2 is pretty easy there just because you're in Fog of War, right? But, anyways. Just on targets are looking to, like, juke your E, you know, use your W first. Make it a little bit easier on yourself. Yeah, SYLAS is busted, man. I don't know if you can fight Fiora, man. She's all 15. I think even right now, even with you having Cho'gath ult, I think she still beat you. Because your E2 is way too easy to predict.
I'll be making the mistake next. That's what will be happening.
And Fiora isn't a good ult to steal either.
And I didn't keep track of my ult cooldown also. Cho'gath ult ran away.
Yeah. You did negative nature. Yeah, your team doesn't deal with Fiora right now because you have an AP top, jungle, and mid. and support. And she built Maw of Malmortius Merc Treads. Or not Maw, Hex Drinker. And Merc Treads, so she's invincible. Yeah, and you're not a ranged character. Neither of you are. So you actually have no way of dealing with Fiora on your team. Like since she got the lead.
Fiora was so good.
Yeah, the Jhin has to roam on her with one of you guys. Or just send like the Jhin Blitz or something. Yeah, she's too strong. You need Morello to cut down her healing in order to fight her, I think.
I'll be buying that item only next, but the game will be over.
Yeah. Yeah, Fiora counters Mordekaiser are pretty hard.
And I don't know why mod altered here.
I don't think it mattered, to be honest. I don't think there's any way you can kill her anyways. Yeah, the only way you kill her is with Jhin. Because she has 118 MR, and neither of you have any pen. And neither of you have pen, and neither of you build Grievous except for Morello. So, this is actually screwed, dude. Alright, you have no way to deal with Fiora. This game's over, I think. So, taking a look at what we could affect, though. Our early laning. Early pressure on Cho'gath, making the correct decision as far as when to trade it on the wave. Taking resets at proper times. Wave clearing efficiently so we don't miss out on CS. All those things are things you need to work on, man. What questions did you have about this game? Something that maybe I didn't mention yet?
I want to ask about the runes. Runes, it's like the standard rune is like they'll be going Biscuit and Timer Tonic.
Can you send me a picture of your runes on Discord real quick? There's no op.gg for Garena. And I don't have a Garena account to look you up.
No, the Conqueror runes is the same. It's like I'll be taking Transcendence and that Gathering Storm, that's it. Instead of Inspiration.
You went Sorcery Gathering Storm instead of Inspiration with Timer Tonic? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I went Transcendence.
I mean, if you're gonna start corrupting, man, Inspiration with Timer Tonic is pretty broken, and it helps you with that move speed, so that you can get in range to W to set up your E2. No, I think it's pretty important.
So the early CDR isn't important. That's what you are saying.
I mean, from Cosmic Insight, it's whatever, man. Like, Timer Tonic is pretty good.
Transcendence. I'm asking about the Transcendence.
Sorry, you asked about the what?
Transcendence. It's like Transcendence will be giving me a extra 10% CDR after level 10, right?
Oh, you took Transcendence?
And Transcendence and Gathering.
I mean, that's like super scaling, right? But with SYLAS, you're more so looking to build up a lead early. You don't need scaling runes on SYLAS. You build 40%. Look at your build, man. Look, you built 40% CDR without Transcendence. Like, and this is just like a standard build, right?
That is too late, right? That's what I was thinking. Like that if I get early 40% CDR, then it will be easy for me to snowball. Like that, I was thinking. So it's better.
Take the stuff for lane. So when you say early, you're saying level 10. When I say early, I'm saying level 1.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true.
You know? Take the Biscuit. It's going to give you a little bit extra mana for lane. Take the Time Warp Tonic. It's going to give you a little bit extra move speed. It's going to give you that instant cast of healing along with your W to, you know... to kind of bait people and think they can kill you, but then you just heal for half your health bar with Time Warp Tonic and UW. I think it's pop off.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Any other questions?
So is there any practice like thing to CS under turret other than to use my abilities?
Yeah, have you taken a look at my other coachings where
I've seen for Trindaman, I've seen that like you'll be keeping these three puppets and then
yeah, you could do the turrets behind, and what you could do is you can just have one of your friends, or maybe somebody from a Discord, maybe even Vent Chris, because you guys are both on Garena.
Garena, yeah.
Just like, you know, add him as a friend if he's online. Maybe he can help you with this drill too, where he just shoves you waves in mid, and you try to CS waves perfectly. And you do that for like 10 minutes, and then maybe you can help him out with the same thing. You know, work within my community a little bit and get people to help you out, and you help people out. You know?
Yeah, that's all the questions I have. I think I thought I was playing actually better, but after getting this coaching, it's like completely.
It's all right, man. A lot of people think the way you did, you know, before they realize like how many little things are going on that affect their gameplay. You know, you just don't realize.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you so much for your time, Cypress. Look forward to seeing you in chat in the future. Hey, guys, everyone, a round of applause for my boy Cypress playing SYLAS mid. We learned several things, especially about the mid lane in terms of wave management, trading effectively, taking proper resets, and proper roams. Thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the coaching.
Catch you later, man.